Okay, guys, so I'm going to make this a real short update. Now, I have the pieces here for the bulkhead. I have the 100-gram thrust set up here, which, because the prop is lighter and the motor is heavier, they actually work out to be the same weight. I have cut the door that I wanted, which actually gives me absolutely perfect access, just like I was thinking. By hinging it back here, I gave myself tons of room. As you can see, there's some electronics and a battery and stuff in there. There's actually a receiver board in there, all that stuff. Everything I need to actually fly this plane is in here right now. So we're going to do this. And you can see we're looking right around 16.5 right now, which is pretty light. And then we're going to look at the CG, which is with the battery as far forward as the tray allows, which is what I recommended for this 200 that I was going to set up in it originally. It's perfect. Its CG's so nice, it's going to be perfect. Not only that, its CG's so perfect with the battery full forward that I don't think I'm going to install the little wire system to allow me to adjust the CG in flight. I could, and it'll work, but it's extra weight. It's a hole in the bottom of the airplane, and I don't need to do it. I just don't. It's also behind that center of gravity, which means at that point, you can't push the battery any farther forward, which means this is perfect CG. Now, if I take the larger, heavier battery, which I did, it does CG a fair bit nose heavy, but it CG's nice nose heavy with the heaviest battery I have. And anything other than that, and it CG's perfectly level. The big battery, I need to take it and pull it out just a tiny bit, and it CG's at the absolute ideal for speed. A little bit back from that, and it CG's right there where it just did. So that's awesome. I've got my little door. Not much else has changed since the last update, but 100-gram thrust profile setup. It is a smaller prop and it is a bigger motor, and it turned out between the two, they're actually exactly the same weight as a combination. So my total weight is still looking to be 16.5 grams, only this is all taped together. Now, the bulkhead is here, and I had included that in the aircraft originally when I did my weight, and it gave me 16.5. It'll actually be a little less because once we remove all the tape and use Foam Safe CA, we're looking at probably 16.3, 16.4. And with the bulkhead installed, I'm guessing it'll still end up being just under 17 grams flying weight when it's built, because there's still a couple of little things that need to go in there. There's going to be some solder and a few other things, a little bit of Velcro. That kind of stuff takes up a little bit of weight, right? But it's not much. And right now, this is looking perfect, on target for all of my goals. For one, we got 100 grams of thrust in a 16-gram vehicle or 17-gram vehicle. We will have better than a 5-to-1 thrust ratio, and it's enough to make an SR-71 blush. So that's cool. So I won't be using it. I'm gonna go with the lesser combination that gives me the 30 grams thrust. I just wanted to see what this one weighed on the airplane and how much difference that would make. And it turns out to be the exact same weight, which is crazy because it's giving you the exact same weight with the exact with a totally different motor and prop. But by swapping those out, you would go from a 30-gram thrust to a 100-gram thrust without even having to change your CG. That's pretty cool. So this plane has lots of potential to go fast. Because of that, I'm thinking that I might reinforce the wing with a little carbon fiber that I have. Also, I have a little gap under here, which means there's room for a reinforcement rod here to run right underneath the wing. And I think that that's something I'm going to install. Like I said, everything's just taped together. So the next step now is, now that everything's blueprinted basically and dialed in and I have it CG'd and I know it's all going to work out the way I want, now I can go ahead and do my layout, and I'll put my servo up top on the top of the roof, right perfectly where the center of gravity of the plane is, and go from there. Installing all my stuff onto the tray and installing that into here with Velcro so that it is removable. And that way, no matter what goes wrong on the airplane, you could just remove it easily and without tearing apart the airplane, which is great. So now I feel a little more comfortable. So now I'm going to do all my work. The next step get it built with CA glue. All right. It's going to be a blast. I can't wait to see her fly, man. Keith out.